Hello, welcome to the 6 yard box, and welcome to the 6 yard box. Let's get straight into it. This is the Premier League. This is the commentary box, and this one is coming up on Thursdays. We normally do this on the Sunday of every Premier League weekend, and this one is all about talking about the games being played in the Premier League over this game day weekend, and that's what the discussion is all about as we look into this game day 5. We're going to be unpacking this game day 5, and it's all about what's been happening in the Premier League and over this weekend of game day 5. And we're just gonna set the stage up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And we'll be unpacking the Premier League game day 5 in the Premier League. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share. This is the 6 yard box, and it promises to be a very interesting. I'm gonna put a show today. We're gonna be unpacking the Premier League today. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, and share, and all that kind of good stuff. So let's get straight into it. Let's get cracking. If you're new to the channel, like I said, this is the post-match meltdown, unpacking the Premier League game day week 5 in the Premier League. We're going to be looking at all the talking points in the Premier League. We've got loads more stuff to go through as well. So we're going to be looking at the weekend whiplash in terms of top shockers and saves of the league of the weekend, unpacking that VAR decision. Is there any controversial VAR decisions this weekend that you look at and you think, oh no, that don't look right? We're going to be looking into that. Also, I like the underdog performance of the weekend. Look at the team that surprised, or the player that surprised everybody over this weekend, and we'll be analyzing the match saves and tackles of the weekend. Wonder goal that stole the show over this weekend. We'll be looking at all that. So those are the stuff we'll be looking at, and also looking at managers and which managers are under pressure. Which managers are under a lot of pressure uh, over the weekend, over the last 5 weeks of the Premier League, examining the tactical blunders that cost points and potential job security. I think we know which teams we're going to be talking about in terms of all that kind of stuff. Predicting which manager might be feeling the best, might be feeling the heat even more next week. I think we know which managers will be feeling that in the next round of fixtures. I think we know who these managers are. And it's a case of, how am I going to put it? It's a case of, you don't perform, you get sacked. Personally, I don't think that's for me. Really, I don't look at managers in that kind of way, in that kind of light. I think managers need time to get their ideas across. They need time to bed in their ideas, and they they don't have time because you know players and officials and managers and what do you want to call it, they don't give managers time to perform, and it is very tough for managers, and it's one of those, man. You snooze, you lose. You don't perform, you get chucked out, and you just have to perform. And these managers, uh, they are under a lot of pressure. So you can catch us on all the Twitter accounts at 6yardbox. That's where we are on Instagram. No, on Twitter we're not on Instagram, but you can catch us on there as well. This is the commentary box where we where we dilute the game day week 5 that's just gone in the Premier League. So yeah, let's get on, let's crack on with it quickly, and let's get straight into into the juicy bits of the of what do you call it of the weekend. So yeah, let's go straight into it. Um, in terms of what's been going on, uh, it's it's a very competitive. Just looking at the league so far after 5 games, I think for me it's a very competitive league. Games are really really tight. I think occasionally we've seen big scores, not that much. I think the highest scores we've seen might be 3-0. I don't think we've seen any 4 goals to nil in this Premier League. It's been really, really tight in terms of teams trying to, what do you call it? Trying to figure each other out. It's been a tough league. It looks really, really, competitive this year, and I've got a feeling it's going to be one of the most, going to be one of the toughest league we've seen, and teams are going to struggle. Teams are going to struggle a lot this season, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, how teams perform, how they negotiate fixtures, and how they come up against each other in a World Cup year, which is next year. So it's gonna be interesting. This is the commentary box. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, and we'll see. We'll see what happens in the league going forward in terms of what what the teams uh, what the teams are doing, and how the teams hope to negotiate the league. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough this season. I can tell. Managers are gonna be sacked. So let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. And let's go, one by one, step by step. So weekend whiplash, top shockers and saves of the week. So yeah, basically, unpacking that VAR decision that had everyone fuming, or celebrating. I don't think anybody celebrates the VAR decision. So looking into the Premier League fixtures this week, there's no really. I think there's only one VAR decision that basically I think everybody agreed with was in the United game against Chelsea. I think most people agree with that decision. I don't think anybody was really really uh, worried about that decision in terms of sending off Sanchez. As soon as he came out for that tackle, you can see that there's only one there's only one outcome. I think the madness was he came out so quick off his block. It was basically by the time basically almost out of the penalty area, or out of the 6 yard box, or penalty 18-yard box, and he came out so quickly that he couldn't even stop himself, even if he wanted to, and I think that was the mistake that the goalkeeper made. And it's been good lately. Sanchez has been making a lot of good saves lately, and unfortunate that he had to throw in that bad decision, and that's what I'll call it. I'll call it bad decision, because he didn't need to come out to make that tackle, and he just put his team under a lot of pressure from the start of the game, and I think VAR made the call. I don't even think VAR made the call in that one. I think the referee got it right on the spot. Uh, and I think he what do you call it? He had a word with the referee had a word with VAR, and despite the protest of some Chelsea players, I think it was the right decision to. Uh, I think it was the right decision to get rid of Sanchez. It's just one of those whereby you go for a and unless he gets the ball. If he gets the ball, which I'm not even sure if he could, but if he gets the ball, I think he's got a better chance of maybe not getting sent off. But because he came out so quickly. It was just one of those rush of madness by goalkeepers. All goalkeepers do that, Rob. They do that. They're very eccentric goalkeepers. So once he came out and the contact was there on Mbomo's ankle, I think it was his ankle. There was only one outcome, and yeah, he basically had to go. He had to go, and in terms of the decision by VAR, I think that was right. The referee on the pitch as well, he was right, and yeah, he had to leave the pitch, and yeah, that was the first one in that game. And the second one as well was in the same game. I think it was Casemiro. That one too was straightforward. He had to go. I can't think of any other bad decisions over the weekend which was surprising or shocking. Um, yeah, can't really think of anything unless I missed something. If you find something, let me know in the comment section. If you find something that maybe what do you call it? I missed, and yeah, it's one of those whereby I think the referee got it right. Casemiro, I don't know what he was doing for his own uh, red card. He was the one that got the goal, and then just before the halftime, he got himself sent off, which was not something smart to do. But at the end of the day, uh, he's lucky that his team eventually won the game, and they didn't have to suffer. Although Manchester United tried as much as possible to mess that game up. They could have lost that game as well because Chelsea as well could have done a lot more. But yeah, in terms of the VAR decisions, I think that was all good. Um, that's in terms of VAR decision. Uh, in terms of the VAR decision, I think that was all good. Um, um, yeah, I can't remember anything. Like I said, I can't remember anything else off the top of my head in terms of in terms of bad decisions. But I think that's the only thing I can remember in that game. Yeah, not VAR decision. This one is more to do with giving a player a yellow card for taking a quick free kick in the Liverpool Everton game, which was a bit surprising from the referee. You know, it's not something you see regularly, and it was a bit surprising for him to get for what's his name to get that card for I think it was I can't remember who got the yellow card. I think it was um, Canon Dukes Priol. He got the yellow card, and I think what's his name got another yellow card as well. Uh, um, what's his name? The um, uh, Jack Grealish, he got a yellow card as well. So those are the VAR decisions that was a little bit surprising in terms of in terms of just cards being given. I think those were the two decisions that was a bit surprising. So yeah, those two decisions were shocking. Sorry, it was shocking. One of the decisions was shocking, but the other one was okay. From the referee in terms of VAR decisions, unless I miss something. But if I miss something, just let me know in the comment section. This is the commentary box where we talk about, where we unpack the Premier League game day 5 just gone, and we're just looking at VAR decisions. So let's go on to the next stuff that we'll be looking at. Highlighting the what do you call it? The underdog performance of the round. Something that defied expectations in this round of fixtures. And off the top of my head, let me just have a little think about this one. Something that defied the underdog performance. There was no. I think we can have a look at Leeds versus Wolves performance. I think we gotta give Daniel Farker a lot of credit for that. I think he's got his team playing really, really good football in terms of going to Wolves, the Premier League side. Wolves, they've been in the Premier League for how many seasons now? 2 seasons, I must say, and this one from Daniel Farker just proves that he's doing a good job with Leeds. I think all the Premier League, all the teams from the Championship this season, they've started really, really well. I think only Burnley. I think they've all won games as well, or drawn games, and they all look a little bit solid at home as well. Although Leeds, this win was away from home, and I think for them to go to Wolves and play that brand of football on the counter and press high and get the goals that they need, I think Daniel Farker has done a good job in terms of the way they approached that game. I think he deserves a lot of credit as well. And I think when teams come up, everybody talks. They talk about, you can't win games, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't play the way you normally play. I think Daniel Farker just is just basically proved that wrong. I think I saw Leeds play 2 games already. No, not 2 games. I think I've saw them play 1 game already this season, and I think they've really impressed me as well with the way they've played this season. I saw them against Everton in the first game, and they played really well against Everton, and then I saw them, which is the game they won. By the way, they won that game by. They won that game by 3 goals to 1, and it was a, what do you call it? It was a tough game against Everton. Everton are a very good side, disciplined side with a lot of Premier League know-how, and the dispatch of Everton that day by is it a goal to nil? I think it was 2-0 actually. Can't remember. I think it was 2-0. And they dispatched them really well. And I think that Barker should get a lot of credit for that. I think it's the way he sets up his team as well, the way they played in that game. And then that's what they did against Wolves in game day 5. They just basically outplayed Wolves, got the goal. They got big guys in the team. They got their goals. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring, and then they've got a free kick. I can't remember what the guy's name is. And then before Okafor got the last goal to win Wolves. I don't care what anybody says. That's a tough place to go and pick up results. And that was really professional from what do you call it, from Wolves, and it was a good victory from Wolves, and they deserve it as well. So yeah, I think that was kudos to Daniel Falker for that, and for getting that results, big results for Wolves and for Leeds, and that will be my underdog performance of the week. Going to Wolves, I think that's one of the talking points of that game day week 5 in the Premier League. Let's go on to the next one, analyzing the match-saving tackle of the round, wonder goal. I think the wonder goal comes to mind will be the goal from what do you call it? From Gravenberch for Liverpool. Ryan Gravenberch for Liverpool for the first goal against what do you call it? Against Everton in the Merseyside derby. I think that was a cracking goal from Ryan Gravenberch. He's been one of the players of the season so far. So 5 games. He's just been really good with the way he plays and everything. And he's been really very good. And yeah, you can't really knock him in terms of the performance so far. In terms of the saving tackle, I can't remember anyone off the top of my head saving tackle. I think there was one a couple of maybe in the last weekend. There was a tackle that I saw last week, or maybe it's in the Liverpool, it's in the United and Chelsea game. I'm not sure if it's that game. There was a tackle in one. There was a tackle I saw in one of the games. I can't remember which week though. But yeah, maybe I'm just getting my weeks mixed up. So yeah, wonder goal. I think it will go to Ryan Gravenberch. There's another goal that I think beats that is what do you call it? Is Arsenal's goal, equalizing goal against City. Yeah, I think come on, man, you can't. That's the goal. That's the way to get back into a game, and I think what's his name? I think Gabriel Martinelli. I think he's pulled off. That was 2 goals and 2 for him. If you're new to the channel, you're welcome to the channel. This is the commentary box where we unpack the Premier League games over the weekend, game day 5, and where we unpack all the highlights, low lights, and highlights, and all the talking points of the week. And yeah, I think Martinelli is. Although I'm a Tottenham fan, but I still, when I look at football, I look at football with an open eye most times, and I try and give my honest opinion about stuff. I think he was under a lot of pressure from the Arsenal fans in terms of his performances. They were saying, oh, we don't have anything on the left hand side. He's not doing anything. He's not good enough. He's not. But anytime I watch him, he makes these runs, and I think the Arsenal midfield, they need to change the way they play. I think they make too many sideways passes and backward passes so many times, and I think they need to change the way they play with the players they have now, especially Martinelli's been there for a while, so yeah, Gabriel Martinelli. But the way he plays his football is all about pace. It's all about quick passing from midfield into space. He goes onto it. And because the midfield want to build up slowly or perfectly or whatever you want to call it, they got ball players in there like Rice and the Spanish. And the Spanish way of playing is all tiki-taki. They pass the ball around, they recycle the ball. and they don't really play that ball forward quickly enough. And they got a striker now with Goikarez there. It needs the ball to be played into space. I can't remember the game I saw. I think it was Arsenal against Manchester United, the very first game of the season. Martinelli was making those runs, but the ball never came. The ball keeps getting passed in midfield, sideways, backwards. And I think that's where the problem is with Arsenal. And you know, and I think I'm really happy for him, even though I'm a Tottenham fan. But you know, I really, the way he came on, he got the equalizer that day, like for City, sorry, for Arsenal, was just shows that you can never write off a player. You know, you can't write off these players. They have bad moments, but you know, it takes a split of a second for them to turn it on again. And he's got quality; he can beat his man, and he shows that he can finish with that goal. And you know, especially when you have a player like Eberechi Eze in there now, you know, he has to play as a 10. You know, he has to play as a 10. Talking football, and if you know what's going on, you know, sometimes, you know, teams have to do the right thing with the players that you have to get the maximum, you know, from the team, from the squad. And as a Tottenham fan, I don't really care what Arsenal do, but that's just the way I look at it. From my point of view, I think they just need to move that ball a little bit quicker, and we saw from the goal from Martinelli as well. So you know, I think Gabriel Martinelli he's had a lot of stick in the past, and I think if this weekend is the weekend just gone. I think it's gonna it's highlights of his weekend. It's one of the stuff. One of the talking points of game day 5 in the Premier League. So yeah, well done to him. Although I'm a Tottenham fan, hopefully he has a bad game against Tottenham. So yeah, but still, give him props when it's due. So yeah, um, that's on the talking. That's on. That's analyzing match saving tackle and wonder goal. That's the wonder goal. So we go on to the managers in the hot seat, pressure cooker moments for managers. Yeah, I think we have a couple of managers for this next topic, and you know, we are basically identifying uh, managers facing the most scrutiny after their team's display. I think there's a couple of managers that we've got to look at. I think Wolves comes to mind. The manager there, I can't remember his name now, but he's been there. Took over last season, got them up, got them safe, playing good football. He's lost one of his best players, Cunha. He's lost Antonio as well. He needs a bit of help in terms of players coming in and gelling and performing. Gonna take time. I think he's under a little bit of scrutiny as well. Going to the what's his name, Graham Potter. I like Graham Potter personally. I think he's a good manager. I like the way he plays his football, especially at Brighton. But he's never settled at any club. He's gone to Chelsea. He had a lot of problems at Chelsea as well. He's at West Ham now, and he's still having problems. And I think the West Ham problem is got to do with his squad. I don't think the squad is good enough, and I think he might end up paying the price. He's under a lot of pressure to deliver, and he has to deliver, to be honest. And he's facing a lot of scrutiny now. A lot of eyes are on him. Those are the two managers I think are under intense scrutiny. And then also, people are putting Ange into this category. Ange Postecoglou. That's just dumb for me, man. Because the guy has been there 2 minutes. Personally, I like Ange. I think Ange is a good manager at Tottenham. We play some of the most exciting football, especially in the first season. I think he must have learned a couple of things about the Premier League in this at his new club at Forest, and I think he's going to do a great job. I have no doubt in my mind he's going to do a great job as well at Forest. Hopefully, the chairman there will back him and give him loads of money to spend in terms of bringing in players. But I think Andrew will do really well. And I think those are the three managers I can look at, and I think, yeah, they're going to be under a little bit of pressure. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share. We're on the road to 200 subscribers. This is the commentary box where we look at the Premier League game day 5. This is where we unpack the Premier League and we talk about the points, talking points of the last round of fixtures, which is, and this one is game day 5. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share, follow, and all that kind of good stuff. This is the 6-yard box. This is the 6-yard box. Let me know in the comments what you think of all the stuff we've been talking about, and let's get straight into it. Let's go on to the next topic of the day in the commentary box. This one is all over on Fridays. We normally do it. We want to do it on Sundays after games, and that's the plan. That's what we plan and do. But sometimes the plans don't go as you expected it to. So yeah. Okay, let's go into the next one. Examining the tactical blunders that cost points and potential job security in terms of the Premier League game day 5 tactical blunders. I think everybody looks at the Arsenal game, and I think that's where we have to start. I think how am I gonna put it? I think Mikel Arteta. I think he basically. I think everybody's saying about the way he set up his team. Yeah, I think so as well. I think I'm gonna agree with them. I just think anytime I look at Arsenal now, they just look really, really, defensive focus. They pass the ball a lot in midfield, sideways and backwards. That's one thing I notice about them when I watch Arsenal. Defensively, very, very solid. The manager he's come under a lot of scrutiny in the past couple of seasons. I think the very first season Arsenal were breathtaking in that season when they came second. The way they played the football, they lost. I think they drew with Southampton, and that's when they lost to Villa. That's when the league went. They lost the league, but I think the football they played was breathtaking. They were fearless. And over this weekend, they played City, and everybody was saying this setup playing two older midfielders. That's the reason why they didn't go out to win that game. And I think in a way, Pep basically did exactly the same thing, but Pep is a different ballgame entirely because he's never played, and I think in a way he's in the same boat as well. I think both of them are in the same boat, to be honest. Pep and Mikel Arteta. I think Mikel Arteta, being at home, you expect your team to go and beat City. I think City are going through a patch right now with a new team. You expect them to be a little bit more aggressive on the front foot, play easy from the scratch, let Eze dictate, let him play as a 10, find those pockets. You see when he came on, he started, one ball over the top came from, and they got the equalizer from it. So I think in terms of setup and tactics, I think he could have gone for a little bit more and start easy from the scratch. And I think the same thing applied to Pep. I think when it was 1-0, he took off most of the attacking players. No, not attacking players, to be honest, because they still had Goku on, yeah. But he took off what's his name, Haaland, and Haaland was the one stretching, the Chelsea, the Arsenal team. And when they lost that focal point, Arsenal could definitely play the ball out from the back and got the goal. And the goal came from them playing an high line, which was a surprise for me as well, because they were doing everything right, playing a low block. There was no spacing behind, and all of a sudden they changed that to play an high line with about 5 minutes left to the end of the game. So I don't know what happened there, but I think Pep and Arteta suffered from the same thing that day because of their decisions in terms of tactics, cost the team points, I think cost both teams points really. I don't think they're in any danger of losing their jobs, both managers. But I think the way they both set up for that game towards at the beginning and towards the end, affected the results in one way or the other. And also, I think the Chelsea and Manchester United game as well. I think Enzo Maresca made a lot of changes, which was surprising, which just handed the game to United. I know what's his name got injured. Um, what's his name? Cole Palmer got injured, and I know he had to make changes. He took off what's his name as well, Neto as well, and they lost that penetration. They lost that focal point, and I think he changed a lot too soon for me, trying to go defensively, which I think he should, he should have been a little bit more attacking and trying to force the game the other way. But they are managers; they paid a lot of money to make decisions, and I think they do try and make the best decision, but sometimes it never works. So yeah, that's in terms of tactical blunders, predicting which managers might be feeling the best. They eat even more next week. I think you know Potter is going to be under a lot of pressure as well. For next weekend, I think the Wolves manager will be under a lot of pressure as well, and also I think what's his name, um, uh, Potter. Potter will be under a lot of pressure. Wolves manager will be under a lot of pressure to win next week. I think those are the two I can think of, and also yeah, and also Ruben Amorim of Manchester United. He's won his first game against Chelsea. They got Brentford over the weekend, expected to win. So he's going to be under a lot of pressure as well. Let's go to what the social media say. Fans favor and fury. Social media storm. Let's see what let's see what's going on. Fan reactions on X and Twitter. I think in terms of fan reaction on X and Twitter to the game day, to the week 5 fixtures. Let's just go and check that one out. I think this one comes from a fan in terms of the in terms of the City game and Arsenal. The fan says he says what start since 2006 for City, for Man City. After only match week 5, most clubs would frame that as a successful rebuild. I'm sure their recovery strategy involves simple being Man City and probably a new 100 million solution. Somebody is having a go at Manchester City there. Also another one from that game. The only thing I, the only thing I learned uh, the only thing I learned about Manchester is how bad Manchester United can be. Chelsea still got Chelsea still have time to catch up with them or something. I can't remember. I think that's just broken English. Let me read it again. The only thing I learned now say no matter how bad Manchester United be, yeah, Chelsea go still they chop them. Yeah, basically they're talking about those records. The Manchester United Chelsea record at Old Trafford. Chelsea is not won there since 2013 or something. So Chelsea has got a bad record, and no matter how bad Manchester United is, Chelsea always lose over there. They have a bad game. And yeah, other comments from the social media X, also comment from Football 254 says Arsenal Football Club, I'm giving you up to noon to recreate this. I don't know what that means. Also, this is from a City fan. This is a comment about City. How Man City recover from their worst start of the season since 2006. That's according to Man City game. This one is all about the City game. We really need to bounce back. Also Villa too. I don't know who that fan is. Liverpool will be champions again with the way rivals are dropping points. That's from Zig. And yeah, those are the reactions to the game day 5 in the Premier League. I think Liverpool are just coasting, to be honest. 5 points clear of everybody else. Let's take one more from the fans. According to Charles Hughes, Liverpool favoured by the corrupt Premier League again. Hardly a talking point, I suppose, as it happens every week. Basically, some people are not happy with Liverpool in terms of Liverpool's getting all the correct decisions. But Liverpool are playing a good team and they're playing well, winning games. That's all that counts. Even if they are not playing well, but they are winning games. That's all that counts. This is the commentary box. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I think we are almost done. Those are from the fans' reaction on X. And just before we go, let's look at uh, injury woes and star power, the human cost. Let's assess injuries, assessing the significant injuries that could derail team momentum. I think Noni Madueke is out for Arsenal for a couple of weeks. I think that's from the Arsenal perspective. I think Haaland was taken off as well. I'm not sure if it's long term or just a precaution. And obviously, what's his name? Cole Palmer came off for Chelsea as well. So that could affect them in terms of long term. He's not played a lot of games for them, Chelsea, since he's been back. Since the season starts, so I think they're just managing. I think the manager mentioned something about managing his minutes in terms of just making sure he's right, and that could affect Chelsea. They need him, especially now. Celebrating the individual brilliance of players who carried their team. Players who carry their team, I was just saying, let's just say Bruno for me, Manchester United. I think he's been superb for Manchester United. United fans have a go at him, but I think without Bruno, Manchester United will be suffering, to be honest. I think he showed it in everything he does on the pitch, and I think he's one of he's a very good player as well. I think what's his name? Alex Iwobi as well at Fulham. I think he's been doing very, very good for them as well, playing really well. I think he's scored a couple of goals this season. He's coming up with goals. He scored against Brentford in midweek as well. Sorry, on Saturday as well. I think he's doing a lot of good things there. Xavi Simons for Tottenham came on against Brighton, changed the game. Could have scored as well, changed the game, playing in that number 10 position. I think he's one of bright sparks of this round of fixtures in the Premier League. And also discussing unsung heroes who stepped up when it mattered most. I think unsung heroes who stepped up when it mattered most. You can only look at one person. I think that's Gabriel Martinelli for Arsenal. Stepped up with a crucial goal and changed the game for Arsenal. So yeah, those are the things that we're looking at this edition of the show. This is the commentary box, and this is an unpacking the Premier League game day 5. Finally, before we go, let's just look at the talking points quickly before we wrap it up. This one is compiled by the Premier League. So let's look at the talking points. Guardiola's decision to park the bus leads to Man City's worst start since 2027, 26, 2006, 2007. Maresca negative. We talked about all this already. Negative switch, I think, affected the game. After more tension at Anfield, as 100% record ever felt this unconvincing. People are still talking about Liverpool, their winning game. Nobody cares, to be honest, as long as they keep winning game. Villa, Sunderland, I think the manager came out. I think he's another manager under pressure. Unai Emery shouldn't be. He's got money in the bank. And I think he went for his players, calling some of them lazy against Sunderland. Pre-season predictions that Brentford will struggle look accurate. I think Brentford are struggling. They might go down. Goal scoring woes behind Newcastle's slow start. Newcastle struggling to score goals. They've got a couple of players, they're new players that are settling, and I think they should be fine. Forest show early signs of handball at Toughmore. I have no doubt that Forest will be playing handball very, very soon. Calvert-Lewin comeback puts Wolves in a perilous position, and that's big words, man. I nearly bite my tongue there. And I think Calvert-Lewin is going to score goals. The problem for Leeds is, can he be fit to play 15 goals? If they get 15 games from him this season, I think they've done well, Leeds, and I think it's gonna really help them. I think that's the problem for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, just staying fit. Set piece vulnerability has given Potter a worse record than Lopetegui. I think I always say that about West Ham fans: be careful what you wish for. You got rid of Lopetegui, got in Potter. The same players, set pieces, they're struggling and they're conceding goals. So Potter is a good manager, but I think the players there need to take some responsibility. They are not good. Some of them are not good enough, and you can bring Pep. He's still going to struggle, and hopefully he turns it around. Brighton have helped uncover the best way to play Frank's Tottenham. I watched that game, Tottenham's game against the Brighton. That's the game we featured on Saturday, week 5 of the Premier League. And I think, I think they showed how to play Tottenham in the first half. Tottenham had a couple of chances earlier on, but they didn't play well and got caught for the first goal. Second goal was shocking, but Tottenham were just not playing. They were just not convincing what they were doing. And but the second half they turned it around, and the result speaks for it. I think Tottenham should have basically got the whole 3 points. So thank you for watching. That's the end of the show, the very first edition of the commentary box in the new season, where we unpack the game day, previous game day fixtures. That's what we do. Simple. That's what we do. So thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. On the road to 200 subscribers. Follow, like, share. Make sure you let me know in the comment section what you think about game day week 5 in the Premier League. Is all the talking points really. Is everybody right about Arteta with his negative tactics? Pep. Worst season start for City. Can they turn it around? Potter, can he turn it around as well? Martinelli's got to go for Arsenal. Can he go on and prove the Arsenal fans wrong and keep a very easy on the bench? Tottenham, can they prove, that they can really do something this season and really, really, make a statement this season? And Chelsea, can they survive without what's his name? Without Cole Palmer? Is struggling for game time in terms of fitness. Can they survive? So let me know what you think about all these topics or all these conversations in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. This is the commentary box. I'll see you next time. This is the 6 yard box. Take care. God bless.